The women's 100-meter backstroke final. Natalie Coughlin, the 28-year-old, 11 swims. You mentioned this right before racing began. 11 Olympic swims, 11 medals. That is unbelievable consistency. Do you have a cold? Do you have a little bit of the stomach flu? I mean, there's so many things that can go wrong on race day, and that's just an unbelievable record. Lane assignments. Therese Svensson from Sweden will be in lane 1. In lane 2, Madison White from the United States, just a teenager, 16 years of age. Fabiola Molina, boy, Brazil bought a big contingent here to Ann Arbor. Fabiola Molina will be in lane 3, has her own swimsuit company. Maybe it's part of a marketing expense. She can deduct the trip. Elizabeth Pelton was the fastest qualifier in lane 4. And the 28-year-old out of Vallejo, California, Natalie Coughlin. What an Olympic record. 3 gold medals, 4 silver, 4 bronze. And last year was on Dancing with the Stars. A lot of athletes appearing and performing on that show. Some for the better, some for the worse. Ariana Kukors in lane 6. Whitney Myers next to her in lane 7. Originally out of Oxford, Ohio, now lives in Tucson, Arizona. And Clara Smitty will be at the top of the pool in lane 8. Coughlin, the American record holder, 58.94, did that in Beijing.
Two-time defending Olympic champion. Took about 18 months off after Beijing. Did not swim at the World Championships in 2009. Came back last summer, made the Pan Pac team, had a pretty good solid summer. And now here she is, heading to perhaps her 3rd Olympic Games in 2012. Just so smooth. I just love to watch Natalie Coughlin swim. She just stays in those flow lines so well. Great tempo. That neck up, chin down. She has a little trouble staying in the middle of the pool. You can see how
very
she's
close to the
right
lane
up
line.
Against that lane line. And that's okay if you don't hit it. The problem is when you're right next to it, you have a much better chance of inching up and hitting it. And she's had that problem in the past. It doesn't seem like it's affecting her now. Now she's moved back over to the middle. About a half second better than what she went in the prelims. Looking very smooth right now.
Turn
very
first,
smooth.
Under control. Natalie Coughlin in lane 5. And isn't it great that now swimmers can make a living and they can extend their careers, 28 years old, and she can think to go on and compete yet again in another Olympic Games. Coughlin in lane 5 will win it. Time 1:04 and 4/100ths.
So close to breaking a minute. 00:04. I know she would have loved to have gotten under a minute, but still, that's a great time for Natalie Coughlin. 7th fastest in the world this year. And a lot of those times that are ahead of her came from a lot of the Olympic World Championship trials. So a lot of those swimmers that are ahead of her actually were arrested. One that wasn't is probably Missy Franklin, the other American, and it's been 59.5, but still a solid swim for Natalie.
So Coughlin wins it, still wearing the cap, if you will, from her alma mater. Bears never die very, very hard. It's hard to kill a bear there with her cap.
Yeah, they won the women and the men this year, so Paul, they had a lot to celebrate. You see Natalie, how deep she goes on that start. Those legs do such a good job of reacting. Now, she was hurting at the end. You could see the other swimmers start to inch up on her. You can always tell with it when her mouth starts getting wide and she's really sucking in air. But boy, she just does a nice job of concentrating on focusing on the wall. And then as she makes that final lunge, boy, she's good. So good at sticking the wall. And one thing about her, and I will tell you that the 2 Olympic Games that she's had, where she just really lost it last 150 meters somehow or another, she knows how to put her hand on the wall. She's a great finisher that last 3 or 4 strokes.
And Natalie joins us now. First of all, congratulations on a fine swim. We're waiting for Natalie. Now I'm being told she'll with us momentarily. There is Natalie Coughlin. Almost under a minute. And I had to notice you were wearing your Cal cap. Is that in honor of that NCAA championship?
It's an honor of that I've been there for 11 years, and I'm really proud of my teams, both men and women. And yeah, we've had a great year.
Tell us about that race a little bit. You looked like you were so smooth going out. Was that the plan to kind of attack that first 50?
Yeah, it definitely was the plan to attack the first 50, and I think I spun my wheels a little too much. I think I faded not because I went out too fast. I was just too excited, you know?
You got a little too excited before the race. Boy, I tell you though, you just look so smooth throughout the race. How do you feel about heading in this summer? What your goals are?
I'm not sure what my goals are quite yet, but I'm focusing on the 100 back and 100 freestyle because that's what I made for the World Championships. And I've been working a lot on my strength and power, so I'm seeing that a little bit in the races here, and hopefully I'll still see that as the summer progresses.
Well, that was a great race there. And by the way, there was a great 100 fly last night as well.
Thank you. Thank you. I was happy with that. And yeah, hopefully I'll have a good 100 free tomorrow night.
Good luck.
Thank you.
We'll look forward to that as well. As Natalie mentioned, we'll continue our coverage on Universal Sports and see the 11-time Olympic medalist, including 3 golds, when we have that coverage on Universal Sports coming up tomorrow. This evening, more from Ann Arbor when we come back. The men's 100-meter back.